I am your host, Asha Deshpande. I am the sales director at Muvi. What you see is a photographed version of me. I hope the photograph is well appreciated. And this is the live video version of me. So I will be taking all of you through this entire webinar series. However, before that, a bit about Muvi. So Muvi as a software company, we found as in we founded in 200. 2011, sorry, and uh, with our headquarters in Virginia. So, if you can imagine, so we started almost a decade back when there was not much forecast of what a streaming industry would be. So overall, of course, we started with a vision of disrupting the global streaming market. We offer multiple streaming services. So what started as a solution for video on demand platform is now into a complete streaming ecosystem, as I mentioned. So we have a complete set of products wherein essentially it is no more just a platform to help you create a video on demand entertainment service. So we have our live streaming engine, there is a backend on the product, we have a linear channel solution, we have player SDK, we have an offline product. Meaning, when I say offline, if someone wants to have in-flight entertainment, nowadays it's quite trending. So we have a solution for that. We have our own proprietary recommendation engine, and likewise. So overall, we cater to an entire streaming ecosystem when it comes to the industry. We are very much appreciated, and we are quite liked on G2. Our so on the G2 quadrant, we are currently ranking number one, and these have been our achievements and recognitions over the past couple of years. Now, let's just dive into the actual webinar. Beyond the bench, streaming for every industry except Netflix. So here, are we targeting Netflix particularly? So that's a no. What essentially we are as in this webinar is about is that there is so much more than purely when it comes to streaming, there is so much more than purely a platform that helps you create a subscription based video on demand service. So that essentially is what we will be catering to, and we will be exploring multiple different use cases when it comes into the industry. So to begin with, these are the typical searches that we get, or rather, these are the typical searches that you do. I want to build a streaming service like, I want to have a streaming software like, streaming software to create a platform like, creating a video streaming service like. So these are the typical searches which lead to these results. So these are the immediate results when it comes to I want to create a platform like. Hence, as I mentioned, we are not just particularly targeting Netflix. We mentioned Netflix because naturally that's the industry benchmark when it comes to the overall streaming space. But likewise, there is Amazon Prime Video, which has 200 million paid subscribers. There is HBO Max, which did not even start it had that much run like Netflix or Amazon Prime. But even within a span of 2 years, they have managed to back 95 million paid subscribers. Likewise, there is Hulu, there is Disney, and nothing against them. They have made their mark in the industry, but that's not where the overall industry stops. Our conceptualization stops. Our brainstorming behind different use cases stops. So, likewise, we would want to find the search results on the following slide, which is what we rarely find, to be honest. And not that these platforms aren't successful. So all of us know TikTok. TikTok has a user base of 900 million. It is almost rise of Netflix. However, their overall model is different, their use case is different, their engagement tactics are different with their target audience. Likewise, there is Headway. I'm not sure if any, as in majority of you would be aware of a platform like Headway, but that's also an interesting use case. They are actually solving a real problem statement that we have. There is Udemy, again, one of the pioneers in e-learning. They have created a network of almost 30,000 plus educators on their platform, which is exemplary. There is Cameo. Again, a very interesting use case. Cameo, you will, as in a larger scheme of things, you would see that the number is quite small, but it actually is not. So 4.7 million monthly users for a platform like Cameo is astounding because it's a platform wherein we'll come to it. We'll be discussing Cameo in depth. However, just to give a brief, it's a platform wherein you get wishes from your favorite celebrities who are available on the service. And it's a website that if you visit them today, you will likely visit them during the next event. Meaning, if let's say it's your wife's birthday or some anniversary wishes for your loved ones, so you would be visiting in Jan. Maybe you would be visiting when there is another occasion in May or in July. So with that consideration, having 4.7 million monthly users, it's actually pretty good. And of course, all the gamers in the room, we are all aware of Twitch. Twitch again was a pioneer in gaming, wherein it's live streaming of games. If you are someone who is playing Counter Strike, you can simply live stream it, and there is a community who would like to be. Moving on. So, long story short, the scope is huge. When it comes to streaming industry as a whole, it has so much more potential and possibilities beyond SWOD entertainment. That is SWOD, to those who might not know, it's subscription video on demand, SWOD entertainment. And the uh, contemplation here is the thing to target here is that, do people or creators or contributors or the consultants who consult different companies, do they have an impression that there are not enough readily available solutions for other use cases? As a matter of fact, that's not a case, and we'll dig into it eventually. So there are these three quick ingredients. Again, this is all on a high level naturally. Means it's not that as in having a idea of these three things, you would be able to master a streaming platform. But as per our analysis, as per our overall the discussions that we had over the past 10 years with different customers across different industries, different use cases. So these are the three quick ingredients that help you shape a streaming platform. So first, obviously, is the source of your content. When I say source of your content, it it means that you can have anyone as your content source. So just previously, I mentioned that Cameo as a platform, they source content from celebrities, wherein celebrities share videos with you. So they become the content source. All right. Likewise, there is TikTok, wherein there are the users who are the content source. All right. And so, hence, point number one, anyone can be the source of our content if we know our audience really well. Next, monetization modules. So again, we there are so many monetization areas available when it comes to streaming, or for that matter, any other platform. But yeah, even streaming is no different. Even for streaming, there can be a mix of monetization models that you can implement into your platform. But we rarely see a hybrid manner in anything. Means a lot of our customers still we consult them, but still that is there is not much usage when it comes to different monetization angles. Lastly, there has to be an engagement module in your platform. It can be so like TikTok, the scrolling of the videos itself is the engagement aspect of it. But any which way, likewise, there has to be some form, and it is one of the secret ingredients, to be honest. So we'll cover that. There, your perspective behind having an engagement module will be properly, as in, there will be a proper workflow to it when we discuss the use cases going ahead. Beginning with Cameo. So here, as I mentioned, the content source is celebrities. They have created a huge repository. And again, now celebrities typically don't mean just from the movie space or the entertainment space. Celebrities nowadays can be comedians, it can be influencers, it can be sports personalities, maybe some renowned social workers, athletes, then even for, so if you can see that, even for kids. So if it's your kid's birthday and if he is getting a wish from, let's say, the creators of Peppa Pig, for example, all right, your kid would be fascinated with the as in what he or she would be looking at. So likewise, there is a huge repositories of different celebrities on Cameo, and their monetization model is clearly it's pay-per-view, because you cannot subscribe to a thing like this. You go for it. There are different categories. Naturally, the meaning, if you require a wish from a highly prominent celebrity, the rate would be corresponding. Likewise, with someone who has just entered the space, or just entered into that category, so the rate is relatively low. Lastly, engagement module is simply previews, which is, it's a nice. So here itself on the as in the running gif of this, you can see this is a comedian, that is Joe Gatto from Impractical Jokers. So if tomorrow I would like to provide a wish from him to my wife, for example, so she's a big fan. So I would be quite amused to preview what he has done previously. So one is, it means I am engaged. Second is, I might get some quirky inspiration as a wish that I can send him. And obviously that there is a proper mechanism wherein the celebrity has to firstly agree, because you have to dictate what they are supposed to say. So it has to be a proper, there is a proper moderation, and once they accept it, yes, and you accept the charge, obviously what you have to pay, you can proceed ahead. So point being that, again, all the creators of Cameo had to do is reach out to a network of different celebrities across the globe. They had to create these categories, and yeah, they are getting that many users on a monthly basis. They are getting that traction. Their streaming platform is successful, and this headway. Get 15-minute book summaries featuring your favorite stars. So now again here. The overall ball game is that you have not that meaning you don't have that much time in these current days to scan through a book that is 300 pages long. Again, there are, obviously there is an audience who is very much into voracious reading, so they are highly into reading. They would not be opting for even a thing like Kindle, for that matter, because they like to have that physical a novel with them. But again, there is a huge audience who would like to learn quick snippets, quick summaries of some books. And once they learn it, yes, maybe then they can, as in deep dive into it. And such, meaning, I read about a headway. I read multiple articles. I heard some, as in videos on YouTube regarding headway. So there, it it's factual that there are audiences who first listen to the summaries, and then they are so fascinated behind about it that they actually buy the book and read it through completely. So likewise, their content source, again going back to the three ingredients, their content source is authors and curators. Monetization is subscription, but it is an audio on demand subscription to provide volume access under reasonable cost. So again, the reason of having subscription as a monetization module, it has two aspects of it. One is obviously it increases your wallet, meaning you have to, that's a subscription cost like your EMIs or your investments that actually go out of your wallet every month. And second is there is also been a subscription fatigue for a lot of users. So to keep a track of being subscribed to multiple platforms, it's not a highly effective monetization formula unless obviously you have something which is highly exclusive. So exclusivity is one more thing that you need to attach in your content strategy when it comes to SWOD as an or subscription audio on demand as a monetization angle. And lastly, engagement is personalization. So what you see here, it's actually asking questions. Do you want to, give up and you? So it's basically they are picking up content. If you are someone who is more into, let's say, business reading or into finance reading or into self-help books, so it will recommend you content likewise. And believe me, it's actually it gets you in that pace. It makes you want to uh, consume more knowledge from as in different authors. So likewise, Headway again they have managed to grab to bag around close to 27 million paid subscribers globally. And again, so having uh, authors and curators as their content source, it's it has a scalable angle to it. There will always be books coming up. There will always be new and new ideas that would be as in penned down. So likewise, they just need to simply increase their overall repository. Creating 15-minute summaries is meaning, of course, it's a task, but it's not a huge investment when it comes to your storage repository. And at the end, it's audio. So your overall operational cost is not that high, whereas your revenue can be as high as other video streaming platforms for that matter. All right, moving ahead, Twitch, obviously. So Twitch enjoy interactive live streaming spanning gaming, music, sports, entertainment. So they started obviously with live streaming of games, wherein the creators of Twitch realized that um, audience enjoys viewing as much as they enjoy playing. And really meaning, so again, I don't fall into that category, because if I am watching someone at an arcade and they are playing Counter Strike or maybe GTA, so I might personally I might watch it for like some 10 odd minutes, but then as such no. But a huge community of users. And when I say huge community, it's in millions globally. So a huge community of users, they enjoy watching a live game that's going on, because they like to learn the tactics. And it is competitive. So gaming is competitive as an activity overall. And also there is a live chat, so that's your engagement module, that there is a live chat. And again, it has two aspects of it. So one is a live chat wherein you are actually interacting with your interest community, as well as the ones who are playing a game. So it is obviously it's a live streaming that's happening. It's as in there are two or more people who are live streaming the game. So even they are communicating with each other. So overall, it's quite a fascinating element. And again, so this to have this as such, all you need is to have a live streaming engine. There has to be a live chat option uh, attached to it. Rest of the interface can be built. So again, to have there has to be a donation feature on the, because that's again that's one more as in when I say monetization is equal to subscription, yes, it does have subscription as to go ads free, but overall Twitch leverages everything right from crowd donations, merchandise, brand sponsorships, ad revenue, affiliates, and up to premium subscriptions, essentially. So, again, to create something like a Twitch, it was rocket science when they started it. Means quite a lot of years back. But at this stage, you can have something that is already 70% of Twitch. You just need to figure out what's the 30% rest. You can introduce some your unique USP into that platform, and there you go. You can go live. So this is a feature matrix that we have created. When I say feature matrix, essentially these are the 25 features that we have outlined, wherein having a combination of either of them, you can build a platform. As in, you require ingredient number one, two, three, four, five, six, whatever, up to means not all 25 would be a part of one platform, but whatever, it's a combination, it's a pick and choose, and accordingly you can build, or you will be able to create a platform of your choice accordingly. So let us proceed with this. Now, video on demand, user generated content. Minis. So minis module is essentially is short form content. I gave a hint already. AI recommendation, live streaming, social chat, offline download, donations, reviews and ratings, social sharing. So if anyone can just guess, I know we cannot interact, but yeah, if you have guessed it right, that's exactly what you are talking about. It's TikTok. So make your day with short form content, both live and on demand. Content source is clearly its user creators. The creator means literally any person can be a creator as well as the viewer. So you are essentially both. You are the audience as well as you are the creator over there. I understand that, as in amongst 900 million users, the majority obviously is the end users, like me. I am not a creator, but accordingly. So tomorrow, if I intend to create something, let's say, even if as basic as maybe origami, there will be a target audience, there will be a community who would follow me, because that is what it is. Essentially, you are just making friends, you are making a community of people who believe in your content, believe in what you're promoting on the platform, essentially. Monetization, it's hybrid, and there is being a so making videos for brand sponsorships, getting donations from followers. There is affiliate and engagement. As I mentioned, it's a short length videos wherein that the creators, they pioneered the distribution of short form content in a scrolling manner, wherein uh, they have to keep you engaged enough for 30 seconds, which is not that big a job. So obviously it can be lesser than that. So as long as you are engaged for 30 seconds, their job is done until you move on to the next. And again, it would be 30 seconds next. Again, it would be a minute or 30 seconds. So that's how the overall, what can I say? Um, Addiction is the correct word, but yeah, that's how we get hooked on. Yeah, hooked on is a better word. So we get hooked on to a platform like TikTok. I am I have just literally highlighted four uh, features over here in the feature matrix. There is user generated content, there is AI recommendation, there is a live meetings module, and there is live chat. That is it. There is no offline downloads, linear channels. There is advertising, yes, in a as a matter of fact, but yeah. Then there is no subscription, nothing, nothing social chat, live audio, nothing as such. Essentially, only with these four features, you can create a platform, which is Omegle. I unless you guys are already aware, so Omegle as a platform does not exist anymore. It was mainly because of their issues with content moderation. They were not able to execute content moderation properly. But the use case overall is quite interesting. And again, so there are multiple other platforms like Omegle. There is Chat Roulette, there is Chat and Talk, or similar platforms, wherein the use case essentially is that you are socializing with a random stranger. So it is funny, it is wholesome. Obviously, it has some, I means there are some negative implications on it, but overall, the objective is to keep you that socially active. And as a matter of fact, believe me, there have been uh, some case studies within Omegle that introverts, highly introvert people have become extrovert by interacting with random strangers. There was, I had read a blog, maybe some, as in 6 months yeah, 6 months back, wherein there was a lady from India who had, she was very much, means she had no self-confidence. She had, uh, as in quite a lot of inferiority complex. So, but in due course, I think she got paired up randomly with one lady who was quite an extrovert, and just interacting with her, she actually, as in, felt good about herself, and that's how, as in, the rest is history, essentially. So, the content source, again, it's end users like you and me. Anyone who wants to live chat or video chat with literally anyone else in the world could be a part of a platform like Omegle. Monetization is ads and affiliates, and they, with this monetization, they earned a revenue of 200 million, and this is 2020. Engagement is literally the element of surprise. This particular, so I could not have an exact GIF wherein this element of surprise is can be showcased, and but yeah, so if you can just visualize it, essentially, when the video rolls, you really don't know if you would be talking to a granny from India, or with a person from Spain, or with a family. So again, it's not always one to one. It can be one to many. It can be many to many. So like that, it was quite a wholesome objective for platform like Omegle. And again, to create, as I mentioned, literally you require these three things, and means the rest obviously, means the nitty-gritties will always be there, but the main modules when it comes to creating a platform like this, that is it. And it's available. Again, you don't have to build anything from your side per se. There can be some minor customizations here and there, but otherwise, having these four things, we are the, as in UGC, it's us. AI recommendation, yeah, because it, so if you can see here, they do ask you questions. So here, if you can read, you both like the duck voice. I don't know what that is, but essentially it's a common interest. All right, wherein, depending upon, so you can have a common interest of, let's say, Harry Potter. You can have a common interest of maybe football. All right. So likewise, they will pair you with others with similar interest, and that becomes the foundation of the conversation, essentially. So if someone is a fan of The Office, it's a US TV show. So I already have a context I want to talk to them about. So that's pretty interesting. So exactly as I mentioned on this, the live meetings module, wherein all you have to do is introduce a live video, as in two-way video engagement module into your existing website, or what you have built, or your application, or we can help you in that. And then there is live chat. Last is, again, in the future metrics, video on demand, partner portal. It's a it's something different. There is geotagging, of course. There is pay-per-view. It has a multilingual aspect to it. And then there are reviews and ratings. Again, there is no live streaming per se. There are no linear channels. There is no there is advertising, but again, it's not a part of the monetization angle as such. There are live meetings. There is live chat. There is no live chat, no social sharing. Just these one, two, three, four, five, six things, and you can create a platform like Udemy. Most of us are aware, I believe, that to create something like a Udemy, you really, means you need, of course, you need a network of different educators, but it need not be typical academic stuff. Someone can teach maths, someone can teach Excel, someone can even teach magic for that matter. All right, there can be courses of magic for beginners, magic for advanced, whatever. All right. Uh, the content sources, global tutors across the world, and whatever, means if you are basically, if you are a subject matter expert in something, You can create. It means you can opt to be an educator over there. Monetization is transactional VOD, but a system of Udemy is quite interesting. If they are bringing the learner to you, their cut is higher. However, if I am an educator in Udemy, and if I have advertised my course through affiliate or through any other system, and then the user comes to Udemy, then my share is higher. So, and it's a very fair understanding between Udemy and the tutors. And the engagement essentially is purely so it's window shopping. That's the word. Because if I am someone who wants to learn, let's say, digital marketing, so having a quick window shopping, and there is a chance that I might not even go for it like today. I might go for it after a couple of days, couple of weeks, maybe a month later. But it's nice to window shop. It's nice to know that by scrolling these are the skills that I will be having after 2 months. And that's a psychology, that's a consumer psychology that Udemy has properly targeted. So they have created the course system, the categorization, and the previewing of the courses in such a way that yes, it makes you window shop for courses. All right, moving ahead. So last but not least, this is the concluding slide, wherein possibilities with movie are limitless when it comes to streaming as an industry. However, to put some perspective to it, you can literally, so Netflix, when I say, is the least that we can do, actually. It's the industry benchmark. I understand that still most of the project use cases would be similar to a platform like Netflix, which is again, it's nothing wrong. It's just that what we want to explain is other use cases are not remote possibilities. They are also equally possible to create at this juncture. So creating a platform like TikTok, YouTube is my personal favorite because YouTube is someone who utilizes all three kinds of monetization. They have advertising, they have subscription, they also have pay-per-view, which is you can rent and buy movies. OnlyFans, it is again individual subscription, but exclusivity is something that they bang on as in they bank on pretty hard. Um, there is Clip Claps. Again, it's quite similar to TikTok as a platform. There is Clubhouse. Again, an interesting use case. There are different communities wherein there are different topics being discussed live. You can enter any clubhouse and you can be an audience over there. Udemy, as we discussed, there is Audible. Audible, again, it's into similar. It's long form of something like a headway, wherein headway are 15 minutes summaries of books, wherein this is a complete audiobook. Again, there is an audience for a platform like Audible as well. If I want to let's say read Sapiens, but I am constantly in commute, so rather than having a dedicated time to read, I would rather listen to the entire Sapiens audiobook while I am commuting in my car or on train or anywhere else. People, as in the maximum quotient of people listening to audiobooks is during their workout sessions. Having a live streaming platform like Twitch, it's there obviously, but also having an live as well as on-demand content platform like ESPN Plus. Audio on demand. It's again, as I mentioned, audio on demand is low operational investment, as well as it can have as much high returns as a video streaming platform. There is Bigo Live. So um, overall, creating these use cases, conceptualizing and adding your USPs to these use cases is now purely possible. It's no more that you need to have a very heavy development to create something like Twitch or to create something like a Clubhouse. Essentially, it is obviously that there will be some tweaks that would be that would be required, and even some added feature development would be required because complete solutioning is will means expecting that wouldn't be right. But overall. And one more thing is, so there are some areas wherein you can rely completely on movie, wherein using movie you can build your entire platforms. However, if you already, a lot of you would be already having your websites, already having your applications, or you would be consulting someone or contributing to a project that already has a base. So rather than starting from scratch, movie can also assist you as well to integrate video or audio or these modules into your existing system. To give you a perspective, let's say you have a news app wherein it's purely text, it's purely articles, but you can introduce something like a minis module, a movie minis module, which was here in the feature matrix, this minis module, and you can have again a separate tab wherein your users are scrolling onto the news articles or the news videos rather, short form news content essentially. So like that, if you are having let's say already an existing website wherein you are running on demand videos and you would like to bring back the aura of satellite, which is happening, meaning fast as a channel, that is linear channels, pre ad supported television. So fast channels are again back in trend, and you can simply create a linear channel. It can be a 24/7 playout, which you can introduce into your current applications or your current websites. It can, the same is applicable for audio as well. Spotify previously only had audio on demand. Subsequently, it also started radio. So, because you need to innovate, you need to introduce new engagement modules, you need to experiment with new feature set every coming year or 2 years. I mean, the frequency can change. But yeah, overall, these possibilities are very much uh, out there with movie. We would be very happy to sit with you guys to conceptualize on any certain things, consult you on the best practices, create phase-wise approaches to your overall project, and accordingly we'll ensure that we make your streaming project, whatever dream it is, into complete reality. That's it from my side, guys. We can proceed to questions. Okay, so we have one question from Jason. Uh, yeah. So the question essentially is to differentiate between what is a user-generated content and what is a content partner. So thanks for this question. Essentially, it is wherein UGC, that is user-generated, are from purely from the end users, essentially. So TikTok, for example, will fall under UGC, that is user generated content. However, Udemy is not UGC, even though I agree that users like you and me can create a course, but again, it's a back-end operation. You are a content collaborator who is working on a revenue sharing basis. TikTok is not revenue sharing. With TikTok, it is different. Meaning they are providing that monetization angles are pretty different. So likewise, having an what can I say, a demarcation. It is platform side, that is the admin side are considered into content partners, whereas on the end user side they are categorized into user generated content. All right, we have a question from Tony Jones. Thanks, Tony. Can invoice finance work for live streaming platform integration with TikTok? If I understood your question currently, you means you meant to ask that can an existing platform, uh, or would it be movie instead? So, see, again, there is complete flexibility, Tony. If you would like to have an entire platform built with movie, it is possible, and then it can be integrated with any other system through single sign-on, meaning that there is an existing website and application wherein you already there is a user base. You are creating a completely new feature with movie, and both of them are integrating with each other through single sign-on, and that's a pretty straightforward solutioning that we can do. A lot of our customers do that. So we have certain customers in the education segment wherein they have their websites already, but they have created a separate e-learning platform through Movie. So their user base from their main website signs in, and they can just simply enter the Movie hosted platform through a single sign. Um, Sorry, on your follow-up question, Tony, I did not quite get it. What sort of audience percentage can we anticipate to recover the bank's money? Um, Sorry, I am not clear from subscriptions. Okay, so all right. So again, the general ratio that we have observed so far. So it is around 25% of your, or it's a range between 20 to 25% of your total audience base is your subscriber base. It can be lesser as well, depending upon what exactly is your content. But yeah, so if you are targeting a set of around 10,000 users, you can maybe expect around 1,500, to be actually paid subscribers who will subscribe to your platform. Others, if you would want to implement any other monetization strategies, because nevertheless you are getting a sizable user base, yeah. Or else it can be in this fashion, wherein the overall live streaming to the subscriber base can be a premium event, whereas to the users it can be, yeah, it's okay as long as, yeah, yeah. So overall, I got your point, Tony. So long story short, yes, it is. So there is complete flexibility when it comes to devising your monetization strategies. We can put as much access management, we can put as much rules and regulations. There is, so just to mention, there was a feature in the metrics called as policy engine. So we can implement policy engine, and accordingly we can create different monetization rules, create different business rules for your overall platform. So that's pretty much, I hope I have answered your questions. um mm, yeah. Yeah, it's okay. I need to scroll a bit. Uh, yeah, okay. So, one more question is from Cynthia, wherein essentially, so the question states that can movie be sorry, can movie minis be integrated with our existing application even if it is not into streaming? Yes, as I mentioned previously, that you need not have a streaming use case. Streaming is and so obviously it can be a business, like for example, for platforms like Netflix or similar, streaming is their overall business. They are in that industry. However, someone like an CNN, for example, CNN News or BBC News, streaming is not their main business. News is their main business. Streaming is becomes one medium of it. So likewise, you can, as in, if there is a current news application, so simply we will be providing you a software development kit, and that software development kit can be integrated in your app, so that apart from users reading different news articles, they also are viewing the videos. So just recently, we onboarded a big media house from India. They are from the city of Chennai. So they are a big news company. They have already 1 million subscribers, and now they would also want to introduce, as in go into entertainment space, as well as introduce a new video news module into their application, into their websites. So that's the overall thing. I hope I have answered the question. Uh, yeah. Mm, Second, I think, yeah, I believe there are not any other. Okay. Get into any plan. Okay. We have one from Sung. Each feature module can be integrated into any platform or website, regardless language like JavaScript, PHP. Ah, thanks. It's a brilliant question. Thanks for this. So, uh, it, it ideally it should not matter because we as in we have that much flexibility in our overall tech stack, and I believe our existing tech stack itself, it's as in it's PHP and into there is JavaScript, there is Angular, there is the player itself is HTML5. But when it comes to an application, there having the SDKs means we will need to create different SDKs. For example, we have React Native, but if someone wants has developed an application on Flutter, then we will need to separately build the software development kit that supports Flutter. But thanks for this. This was quite a brilliant question. But again, a long story short, the develop because since the overall code base is there. So developing something for a new tech stack should not. So our ideal timeline for it is not more than 12 weeks, maybe in between 10 to 12 weeks. So within this timeline, we can accommodate any other use case. In fact, I believe Flutter, creating Flutter SDKs is already in our roadmap. So yeah, it as in there is pre-existing flexibility. Plus, if it needs to be tweaked a bit, it is not a challenge at all overall. Uh, all right. Yes, ma'am. So yeah, so it depends upon your. So sorry, just to mention this question, each module then has a different price to integrate and use. Yeah. So the short answer is yes. Basically, we have different backend engines, and depending upon your use case. So if you are someone who wants to get into only live streaming, so then that should not be that big of an investment. However, if you want something that is live streaming, plus it should have a user generated content, plus it should have live chat, plus this and that. So likewise, depending upon the feature metrics and how much integration has to be done on top of it, there would be the price attached or your setup investment. Okay. What are the next stages for live streaming from movie? Just so that I have this question from movie. Okay. From movie. So, as of now, for from movie, we are pretty much meaning when it comes to live streaming, we will be introducing monetization as in movie live monetization. That's what it will be called, wherein anyone can simply uh, monetize on any event. So, because we have been receiving a huge traction when it comes to MMA live streaming, that is mixed martial arts, or there are boxing matches, live boxing matches, and all the customers need is simply a page to register, wherein users can register, they can pay for the live stream and watch it. So such a solution is what is in our roadmap. We would be also developing our meetings module. So wherein any company, or even in your existing application. So if you are running an education app like Udemy, and you want to introduce live teaching, wherein it's not just live streaming, what we are doing right now, wherein I am on video, the rest of you are interacting with me through questions, through chat. So not that, it would be a proper VC, wherein the educators and the learners can be face to face. It would be like a live classroom. And so that's our meetings module. That's another step into live streaming. We are developing the analytics in, and so the registration page, it should be monetization of live streaming should be, I believe, not beyond Feb. It should be maximum by the third week, or the fourth week of February. But yes, if you require to have a business demo of it, we can definitely arrange. If it is something that you require or your customers require, please do not hesitate to approach us. Whatever we are building, we can always provide business demos. When I say business demos, these features are not productized yet. They are still in our staging environment, but we can provision a demo to you so that you understand, yes, this is something that is achievable 2 weeks down the line, 3 weeks down the line, 4 weeks down the line. So likewise. Um, so okay, follow-up question. All right, so what can be when it comes to live streaming, currently you have both, meaning we have one-way live stream as well as two ways. In one way, live stream can be merged onto your existing platform, wherein you have a monetization engine already implemented, or else we always have our own end-to-end solution wherein it provides you monetization, it provides you a website, it provides you everything, user registration, user analytics, everything. And you can merge the live stream with our end-to-end solution. So that's the interim solution that we offer to our customers. However, just means it's a matter of weeks, wherein uh, if you do not require a complete whole and soul platform, you only require just a registration page wherein users can sign up, they can pay, and they can watch the live stream. That would be done. It's just a matter of weeks. But yeah, if it's in a very urgent manner, so we do have an interim solution, that is Movie Live plus Movie One, which is our end-to-end body. Uh, I think, yeah, that's perfect. So we do have, just to make an announcement, we do have, as in, if you have not answered any polls, so we would be, as in, providing the polls, as well as we would be, yeah. So this is the first poll. So there are specifically three polls wherein, if is your streaming, because we would like to learn, as in, over here, that what is the overall um, demarcation when it comes to different industries. So, do we have use cases in healthcare? Do we have in fitness? Do we have in education? Is it, or the larger chunk is still in music and entertainment, which is again, it's not a bad thing. It's just that we would like to understand our market overall. And the third thing, we would be really happy that because we can help you create a prototype quite quick. We have a complete streamlined process attached to it, wherein we have the modules already in place. We can actually, so depending upon your project use case, we can set up a call. We can take down the overall requirements. If at all there are any minor tweaks needed, we can accommodate them for sure. We can help you create a prototype. You can showcase it internally between your stakeholders, to any investors, to a target audience, a beta audience, basically. And then you can actually proceed ahead to have a proper full-fledged platform. I just wait till for the last 10 seconds before we can conclude the poll. All right. Last but not the least, I would like to mention that we will be providing all of you collateral from our side, which would be a PDF outlining as in our entire product portfolio, and it will be I believe it will be released on the chat. You can, yeah, you can download it over there. It is available to all. Let me just once again for the last time check the Q&A window. Perfect, perfect. So excellent. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it. So we'll be definitely we'll be discussing. We'll be reaching out to each one of you who has asked questions. Whatever use cases you have, we will be very glad to discuss them in length with you, consult you on the best practices, and accordingly, we will help you create the prototypes for the same as soon as possible. Really appreciate all of you joining this. We will conclude the webinar. Thanks for being so. This was the first webinar from Movie in the year 2024. It was very nice having all of you asking these questions and participating in something which is as in one of the objectives of Movie, wherein we would actually want to expand the overall perspectives that customers, creators, consultants, basically companies, that they have about the possibilities when it comes to streaming and the solutions that are attached to it. Once again, really thank you all. Have a nice day ahead, wherein it's already night. Wish you all good night. and we'll connect soon. Thanks a lot. Take care, everyone. Stay safe.